مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا.
So with this background, from the first of Zulqa'dah, in the 6th year of migration, Prophet had this chapter of al-fath, the opening revealed upon him. Listen to the Quran now.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا.
In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, surely we have granted you an open victory.
ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما.
So that Allah may forgive you of your previous and subsequent faults, and may complete His favor upon you, and may guide you to a straight path.
وَيَنصُرَكَ اللَّهُ نَصْرًا عَزِيزًا.
And so that Allah may support you with a mighty support.
So this first verse is about, indeed we have granted you an open victory, which is the victory of dealing a peace treaty, because during the peacetime Islam could be spreaded, and after returning from their Prophet sent envoys, ambassadors to all the nations. He would send them to Persia, to the Roman, to the Ethiopians, to the other local Arab tribes. So these are the Islamic invitation. Prophet sent them a letter which states, you've been invited to embrace Islam and save yourself or the nation, and if you do not do so, then you will be accountable or responsible for leading your nations to the falsehood and idol worshipping. As you could see, when the Prophet came in at that time, entire world was idol worshipping except Jews and some Christians. So this is something to be understood in the sense of the situation that these people were informed that you need to embrace Islam. Prophet invited the elders. The Persian emperor killed the envoy. As we talked about, the king Negus embraced Islam, and what's his name? The Heraclius was the Alexandria, Egypt, was the king of the Roman Empire, which was already broken into Eastern and Western division, and Eastern Orthodox, and then there was a Coptic and all that different schools of denomination, but they were all under Roman Empire. So he actually, the one which I mentioned last time, that he sent his one of the two sisters as the gift to Prophet, and a donkey and a physician who was their uncle, and gold coins and whatnot. And so Prophet kept, her name was Maria the Coptic, and her sister Serene was also there. So Prophet took Maria as his wife and had a son, Ibrahim, from her. So this is what the more detail will come to discuss some other time. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you see, this is something which people will interpret as a God is saying the Prophet, that and the Jews and Christians were questioning on this verse, لِيَغْفِرَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ, that Allah may forgive you or of your previous and subsequent faults or the sins or mistake you have done, and may complete His favor upon you and may guide you to the straight path. This is reference to the nation, ummah of the Prophet, not Prophet is sinless, he is free of sin. And if as a Prophet have made some decision, like Abasa Surah chapter, Abasa was the blind man cleric who came to Prophet, and he was asking some question, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not approve of Prophet, that he preferred to talk to Prophet wanted to talk to the chief of the Quraysh, and did not appreciate that this blind man, Abdul ibn Maktoum, that was the name of the companion, that he kept interrupting Prophet. So Allah said, for you, this blind man is more important than the chief of the Quraysh, because he wants to embrace Islam. So that may be one of the things scholars think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to this in this, that about Prophet. وَيَنْصُرَكَ اللَّهَ نَصْرًا عَزِيزًا, and so that Allah may support you with mighty support. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps Muslims, and sometimes we see they are losing. Actually, the Muslim never loses, because if they are martyred, they are in paradise. If they live, they are successful. And if they are punished or in prison, it is also endurance will be given as a reward for their patience. Listen to the verse number 4 and onwards.
هو الذي أنزل السكينة في قلوب المؤمنين ليزدادوا إيمانا مع إيمانهم ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عليما حكيما.
He, Allah, is such that He sent down tranquility into the hearts of the believers, so that they grow more in faith in addition to their existing faith. And to Allah belong the forces of the heavens and the earth, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise.
ليدخل المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ويكفر عنهم سيئاتهم وكان ذلك عند الله فوزا عظيما.
So that He admits believing men and believing women to the gardens beneath which rivers flow, to live therein forever, and so that He may write off their evil deeds, which is a great achievement in Allah's sight.
ويعذب المنافقين والمنافقات والمشركين والمشركات الظانين بالله ظن السوء عليهم دائرة السوء وغضب الله عليهم ولعنهم وأعد لهم جهنم وساءت مصيرا.
And so that He may punish the hypocrites, men and women, and the mushriks, polytheists, men and women, who think evil thoughts about Allah. Bound for them there is a vicious circle, and Allah has become angry with them, and He has prepared Jahannam, hell, for them, and it is an evil destination to.
ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عزيزا حكيما.
To Allah belong the forces of the heavens and the earth, and Allah is almighty, all-wise.
So verse number 4 through 7 we heard, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing a special experience Muslims have when they believe in Allah. هو الذي أنزل السكينة على قلوب المؤمنين. Allah descend a particular sense of tranquility to the hearts of the believer, ليزدادوا إيمانا, to increase their faith, مع إيمانهم, with the iman or the faith, the belief they have. And to Allah belongs the forces or the armies or the whatever. The junud means soldiers, and that's armed forces, or the like angels, and like all the other rijal al-ghaib, samawati wal ard, all which is between heaven and earth, all the forces belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa kana Allahu aliman hakima. Indeed, Allah is all knowing and all wise. ليدخل المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري. And He is the one, because one place when a prophet was saying that I do not know what will happen and what will happen to the others, and because he as a human, he is a human experience, because Allah is of ultimate authority. So Prophet ﷺ promised, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent this revelation, so Allah will enter the believing men and believing women into the paradise under which the rivers are flowing, and they will be there forever and ever. And وَيُكَفِّرْ عَنْهُمْ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ, and Allah will forgive their sin, because Prophet cannot forgive anybody's sin. Allah forgives the sin. Prophet can supplicate for them on their behalf. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ ذَلِكَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا. And from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is the greatest of the achievement for people who believe from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah will forgive their sin, and in return He will give them, in addition, Allah will enter them into the paradise. So this is one thing. And وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا. So وَيُعَذِّبُ الْمُنَافِقِينَ وَالْمُنَافِقِينَ, and He will punish the hypocrites. So I mentioned earlier that the hypocrites were those who did not join Prophet during this travel to Sulh Hudaybiyah, or the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Hudaybiyah is a location where this thing happened, and the hypocrites, men and women, and those idol worshipping men and the dhanina billahi zanna su. They were making assumption about Allah, and they were having a bad or evil vicious thoughts. Alayhim da'iratu su. They are circled by by a ill thought or vicious thoughts. وَغَضَبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ. Allah has the anger towards them. وَلَعْنَهُمْ. Allah has cursed upon them. وَعَدَّ لَهُمْ جَهَنَّمْ. And Allah promised them hellfire or hell. وَسَاءَتْ مَصِيرًا. And which is the evil destination. And again repeating, وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. To Allah belong all the forces of the heavens and earth. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا. Indeed, Allah is all wise and almighty and all wise. So you see in verse number 4, similar words. In verse number 7, similar word after mentioning both believers and non-believers. Now, they were doubting Prophet and would not respect Prophet. And this is something to understand. Now the verses are coming about what Prophet's honor and place and respect is in this Surah AlFath, verse number 8 onwards. Please listen to this thing, very important. Verse number 8.
إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا.
Indeed, we have sent you, O Prophet, as a witness and as a bearer of good news and as a warner. So
لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتُعَزِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا.
So that you, O people, believe in Allah and His Messenger and support Him and revere Him and pronounce His, Allah's, purity morning and evening.
So verse number 8 is talking about Allah saying, indeed we have sent you as a witness. Shahid means a witness. Who is a witness? Eyewitness. Wa mubashir, and the giver of the glad tidings. Wa nazira, and the warner. Prophet has witness, glad tidings, and the warning. If you don't believe, you'll be punished. Good news is, if you believe, you'll be in paradise forever and ever. And he will be the witness. Now people say, Prophet is dead and he's not able to see. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him the ability that he can see for his ummah. Al-Nabi awla bil mu'minina min anfusihim. Prophet is closer to the believer than their own self. So this is why he said on Friday when you make salawat, when you send the salutation on him, he returned the salutation and he respond to us. Angels inform him. And sometimes when people are doing with devotion, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised the barrier and he can directly hear them. And it has been reported, people have had witness to that. So how could he be witness? Because if he is dead and he cannot see, then in the day of judgment he will not know. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying this, is he is a witness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is informing about our situation, and he said in a hadith, the prophets of messenger of Allah are not dead, they are alive, they are getting sustenance in there, and they are giving sustenance as a risk, and earth is forbidden to eat up their bodies, so they are with their bodies preserved, how they are living, what is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator, and Allah says it, we believe in it, whatever form, and Allah make them see, like when we are dreaming, we are seeing a lot of things, so they are in this state of sleep, basically, and they are witnessing in what is being Allah wanted them to be known, and then angels bring them the information. So when how do we differ with Allah and Prophet, that Allah is also watching and witnessing? Allah is with his own ability see it. Prophet is by Allah's permission able to see it. If Allah does not give permission, Prophet cannot do anything. Those are the two main distinctions. Number 2, Prophet is in his grave. Allah shrinks the situation and bring the thing close to, like a zoom in. Prophet can see whatever is there in the heaven wherever he is. He does not leave his grave to come out. This is something which people often complain, that a prophet in a dead body in the grave, how he would come out. We cannot comprehend. Allah can do it, whatever he wants. He can make a dead alive, live a dead, and whatever he wants to show, whoever he wants to show, whatever he wants to show. So this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's thing, and we need to believe in it, that the Prophet is our Prophet. Allah is saying, we indeed have sent you as a witness. If he's dead for 1400 years, he's gone, and we do not know when the end of the world will be. So how he's going to witness all that? Witness cannot be without physically there or personally witnessing it. لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ, so that you believe in Allah, وَرَسُولِهِ, and His Messenger. وَتُعَزِّرُهُ, this is something very important to support. تَعَزِّرُهُ وَتَوَقِّرُهُ, and revere Him, honor Him, respect Him, celebrate Him. وَتُسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا, and you should praise the glory of Allah in the dawn and the dusk. This is something a Muslim is supposed to do. Verse number 10 and onwards.
إن الذين يبايعونك إنما يبايعون الله يد الله فوق أيديهم فمن نكث فإنما ينكث على نفسه ومن أوفى بما عاهد عليه الله فسيؤتيه أجرا عظيما سيقول لك المخلفون من الأعراب شغلتنا أموالنا وأهلنا فاستغفر لنا يقولون بألسنتهم ما ليس في قلوبهم قل فمن يملك لكم من الله شيئا إن أراد بكم ضرا أو أراد بكم نفعا بل كان الله بما تعملون خبيرا.
Those of the Bedouins who remained behind will say to you, our possessions and our families kept us busy, hence we could not accompany you in your journey to Hudaybiyah. So, pray to Allah for our forgiveness. They say with their tongues what is not in their hearts. Say, then, who has power to help you in anything against Allah, if He intends to do you harm or intends to do you good? Rather, Allah is fully aware of what you do.
So verse number 10 is not translated here. I will read it for you. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُبَايِعُونَكَ, this is the one which Prophet took the pledge after the news of Osman being slaughtered or murdered. Actually, you don't take bay'ah or oath on a dead person. This is not the way to do it. So a Prophet knew he was alive, but he wanted to take allegiance to show that he cares for his companions. Those who pledge allegiance with you by placing their hand on your hand, and they in fact pledge allegiance with Allah, and Allah's hand is over their hand, then whoever break his pledge, break it to his own detriment. And whosoever fulfill the covenant he has made with Allah, He will give him a great reward. So Prophet ﷺ stretched out his hand and he said, this is the hand of Usman. Then all the companions took put their hand on Prophet's hand, and he put his hand on top of their hand, and he says, this is the hand of Allah over the hand of Usman. So Prophet, as you can see, Usman was given such an honor that Allah's hand was there to pledge them. It was metaphorical description, obviously. We as a Muslim, we do understand and believe it. So let's listen to that. And then the next verse was about the hypocrites who did not came with the Prophet and they wanted to join for the Khaybar. So Prophet says those who did not join in the Khaybar or in the Hudaybiyah are not allowed to join in the Khaybar. So these were the hypocrites, and Allah knows what was in their heart. Listen to the verse number 12.
بل ظننتم أن لن ينقلب الرسول والمؤمنون إلى أهليهم أبدا وزين ذلك في قلوبكم وظننتم ظن السوء وكنتم قوما بورا.
But you thought that the messenger and the believers would never ever return to their families, and it seemed good to your hearts. And you thought an evil thought and became a people who are ruined by their selfishness.
وَمَنْ لَمْ يُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ فَإِنَّا أَعْتَدْنَا لِلْكَافِرِينَ سَعِيرًا.
If one does not believe in Allah and His Messenger, then we have prepared a blazing fire for the disbelievers too.
وَلِلَّهِ مُلْكُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ يَغْفِرُ لِمَن يَشَاءُ وَيُعَذِّبُ مَن يَشَاءُ وكان الله غفورا رحيما.
To Allah belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. He forgives whomsoever He wills, and punishes whomsoever He wills. And Allah is most forgiving, very merciful.
So these are the hypocrites who didn't join Prophet when Prophet asked them to come to Hudaybiyah. They thought that they will be killed and they will not return back. And Prophet says after then returning, when they were ordered to go to Khaybar, after coming from Hudaybiyah, Muslim invaded Khaybar and they surrounded that, and Khaybar was won without much fighting. So this is where the promise is that they are not allowed to participate, those hypocrites who were suspicious of Prophet. Listen to the verse number 15.